morning, everyone. We're going to continue in Daniel this morning, Daniel chapter number 3. And if you're familiar with Daniel, this is the part where King Nebuchadnezzar builds an image of himself, so to speak. It's made out of gold. It's a big deal. It's kind of like placing himself as God and really trying to boast in his authority. And for whatever reason, even though Daniel and his friends have been such a tremendous influence on him, he is still living in his world and choosing to live the way his world lives. And so he sets up this image, and everybody's got to bow down when they hear this certain music play. And obviously, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, having made a vow they would not do this, can't bow down to this statue. They just can't do it. They can't worship the king of Babylon. They worship the Lord God. And so they refuse to bow down. It gets back to the king. The king has them called into his court. He's angry. He says, "How come you didn't bow down? Don't you know I can have you killed? There's no God that can save you. In fact, I'm so mad at you, I'm going to heat the furnace hotter." And so he tells them, "Why didn't you bow down?" And this is how they answer. It's right around verse number 17. It says, "O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. If it be so, our God, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace." And he says, "And he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king. But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up." Kind of a bold statement. They said, our God can, and he probably will. We can't be sure, but our God can deliver us out of the fiery furnace. He can deliver us out of your hands. But if he doesn't, just remember this: we did not worship you, and we did not worship false gods. That's key to them. They said, we're not going to bow down to you. There is no way you're going to get us to bow down. There's no way you're going to get us to kneel to you and worship you as if you are God. And so that just infuriates Nebuchadnezzar. So the king has the furnace even heated hotter, so hot that when he throws the three men into this furnace of fire, that the people that throw them in are burned. They die of heat exposure, things like that, and it's a really intense situation. And as Nebuchadnezzar looks into the fiery furnace, he sees four figures in there. Even though it's only Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, the Lord God Himself is walking in the midst of the fire, because Nebuchadnezzar even testifies that he says the other one looks like he's the son of God, or the Son of Man. He's a more angelic creature, and so Nebuchadnezzar recognizes that there's more in there than meets the eye. And so he has them called out. In fact, he calls them out himself. And verse number 26 says, "Then Nebuchadnezzar came near the mouth of the burning fiery furnace and spake and said, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, ye servants of the Most High God, come forth and come hither. Then Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came forth out of the midst of the fire, and the princes, governors, captains, and kings and counselors, the king's counselors being together, gathered together, saw these men upon whom the fire had no power, nor was there a hair of their head singed, neither was their coats changed, nor the smell of fire passed on them. And Nebuchadnezzar spake and said, Blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who hath sent his angel and delivered thy servants that trusted him, and have changed the king's word, and yielded their bodies, that they might not serve nor worship any god except their own God." It's a big deal. And I want to encourage you today. Don't allow yourself to bow down to whatever society is saying you must bow down to. There's a whole lot of weird stuff happening in our day. And I want to encourage you to walk in the confidence that you worship and serve the Lord God Almighty, and He will take care of you, whether it be by life, by delivering you from whatever fiery furnace you may face, to the point where it doesn't harm you, it only harms those that try to hurt you, or if He takes you and lets you be with Him in heaven. Either way, don't bow down to the golden image, so to speak. that our society is trying to get everyone to worship. And you might say, oh, this is just a little dramatic for our day. I would have said maybe you're right if we were talking about the 80s or something like that. But right now, we're in probably the single most expansive overreach of government and the most intrusive moment in church history. The church's history, I should say, all the way back. I guess I shouldn't say that so specifically, but I just want you to get this, that there's a lot going on. And our world wants churches shut down and out of the way, but it doesn't care that it has all these other things open, and all these other things are considered essential because they bring in money. Remember that COVID-19 needs revenue still flowing. And so there's a lot of revenue flowing, and I know a lot of people are concerned about opening up, but the government has opened up what it needs to make sure it can survive. It hasn't opened up what you need to make sure you spiritually survive. And so I want to encourage you, be sure that you're paying attention to what's going on in our day. We need to make sure we're serving the Lord God. And so I want to encourage you with that today. If you'll serve the Lord God, He will protect you. Have a great day.